Hello, welcome back to my channel Cheating Stories 911. Today, we continue to hear another man share his wife's affair story on Reddit, exposing my wife's infidelity at her 50th birthday party. I hope you guys calmed down when listening to them. I was really angry and indignant. Hey Reddit, I need to get something off my chest. I found out that my wife, let's call her Lisa, had been having an affair. In a whirlwind of emotions, I made a decision that forever changed the course of our lives. It all began when I stumbled upon some incriminating evidence on Lisa's phone. Text messages, explicit photos, and videos exchanged between her and another man. It was like a punch to the gut. The foundation of trust we had built over the years came crashing down in an instant. Anger, hurt, and betrayal flooded my heart. I couldn't let this go unnoticed. I wanted Lisa to understand the pain she had caused me and our family. And what better occasion than her 50th birthday party, a gathering of our closest friends and family. It might sound extreme, but I was fueled by a mix of anger and desperation. In the days leading up to the party, I meticulously crafted a PowerPoint presentation that would expose Lisa's affair. But as I worked on it, I had a change of heart. Instead of focusing solely on the incriminating evidence, I decided to showcase the beautiful moments we had shared over the years. During the party, I stood up and began my speech. I shared stories of how Lisa and I met, our wedding day, the birth of our daughter, and the countless happy memories we had created together. I wanted everyone to remember the love we once had. However, just as the atmosphere filled with warmth and nostalgia, I switched to the PowerPoint presentation. The screen changed, revealing the conversations between Lisa and her affair partner. Shock and disbelief washed over the faces of our guests as they saw the truth unfold before them. But the surprises didn't end there. I had taken a bold step and replaced Lisa's original birthday cake with one that displayed explicit images of her and her lover. As the cake was brought out, I encouraged everyone to sing happy birthday to Lisa, who was now visibly distraught. It was a jarring moment that no one expected. To add the final blow, I handed Lisa divorce papers in front of everyone. The room fell silent, and tears streamed down her face. It was a devastating moment for her. In the aftermath, Lisa's family, including her parents, condemned my actions, claiming I had gone too far and publicly humiliated her. They thought it was unnecessary and cruel. However, to my relief, my own family, including our daughter, stood by me. They understood the pain I had endured and believed that my actions were justified. Reflecting on it now, I can't help but wonder if there was a better way to handle the situation. Perhaps seeking counseling or discussing our issues privately would have been more appropriate. But in the heat of the moment, I felt compelled to expose the truth in such a dramatic fashion. Reddit, I shared this story not to encourage others to follow in my footsteps, but rather as a cautionary tale. Infidelity can be devastating, and the emotions it stirs can lead us down unexpected paths. Seek support, communicate openly, and consider all the consequences before making decisions that could impact your life and those around you. Comment 1. They worry about her public humiliation, but they don't care about the humiliation you feel for being cheated on. My son's dad did not understand not only how hurt I was but how humiliated I was when he cheated. His friends knew and just acted like everything was normal, all while I was being made to look a fool. That was almost the worst part, having to tell my friends and family. I could barely talk about it, I was so embarrassed. Fuck her feelings and her humiliation. She should have thought about that. Fuck their daughter to right? No. You didn't make a fool out of him. You did not deserve what happened to you, and sadly you found out who your friends are. But better that, you didn't have to waste any more time on all of those fake relationships. Girl, look at the positives. You survived that, and I bet you are better for it. Comment 2. What was the aftermath of that? Your wife's affair and the public exposure of it? Was her affair partner there at her party? Also curious about what happened after the fact. He hasn't made that up yet, give him some time. Comment 3. Yeah. That happened. Exactly what I was going to say. Sounds like something from a movie. Like someone brought the cake out after the PowerPoint presentation. An op was hiding a pornographic cake and the switched it out when everyone was distracted. Comment 4. In my opinion, you didn't do anything wrong. She got what she deserved because she also humiliated you by having a lover. Was it someone you knew? What made you suspicious? And how long did the adventure take? For my part, if I were you and the lover was someone I knew, I would try to screw up his life too. Comment 5. I hope that you lead an exemplary life and never do something that someone else could publicly humiliate you with. Her actions were abysmal and humiliated you, but privately. There is a reason she cheated, and quite possibly for reasons not related to you and your actions or inactions. But let's say, for example, that you were the kind of husband who failed in some way in your marriage. You know, as some human beings do. Not by cheating, but say an absence of intimacy, or controlling behavior, or maybe even sadistic manipulation. How would you have reacted on your 50th birthday, if in front of all of the family and friends who always thought you were the greatest husband a woman could ask for, your loving wife held a slideshow showing exactly how you've mistreated her? How would you have appreciated your dirty laundry aired so that your loved ones would shun you for that abysmal behavior? Especially when she is an intelligent human being who might have made a better choice if given time to consider the ramifications of venting her disgust in your failures, at such an enormous cost to you. I don't wish for anyone to find out their partner cheated on them. In fact, I would give anything for my wife to cheat on me and leave me, rather than to tear me apart in such a publicly humiliating manner. I am very sorry for your loss and for hers. Let's hope your kids never decide to flaunt your faults as a father one day, in front of your friends and family. But then, by your self-righteous behavior, I'm sure you are as perfect a father as you were a husband. Really a bold comment. He has defied all of the above arguments. I am really surprised at this way of thinking. Update. First and foremost, I want to clarify some details that were left out in my original post. My ex-wife, Lisa, didn't contest the divorce. She acknowledged her affair and, surprisingly, cited my demanding work schedule as the reason she sought comfort elsewhere. According to her, the affair partner made her feel young and desired again, filling a void that she believed I couldn't. My daughter, who suspected something was amiss, had been misled by Lisa. She manipulated the situation, feeding her misinformation to maintain their secret. It breaks my heart to think that my daughter had to endure the confusion and emotional turmoil caused by their actions. Speaking of the affair partner, it turns out he used to work for me before the pandemic hit and I had to let him go due to financial constraints. Little did I know that he would find his way back into our lives, this time as the catalyst for the destruction of my marriage. Following the incident at the birthday party, my former in-laws threatened legal action against me, believing I had gone too far in exposing Lisa's infidelity. However, Lisa managed to talk them out of it, admitting that she deserved the consequences of her actions. It's a relief to know that at least she took responsibility for the pain she caused. Since the divorce, Lisa has expressed deep regret for her affair. She claims to have realized the gravity of her actions and the toll it took on our family. While I appreciate her remorse, it doesn't change the fact that the trust we once shared has been irreparably shattered. On a personal note, I've been embracing single life and rediscovering myself outside of the confines of a failing marriage. It hasn't been easy, and I won't deny that I've battled with dark thoughts. But the love I have for my daughter is my anchor, the reason I stay strong and keep moving forward. I could never put her through the pain of losing a parent to suicide. To those who question the authenticity of my story, claiming it's fake or exaggerated, I have a simple message: kiss my ass. This is my life, my pain, and my journey. I shared it with the intention of finding support and connecting with others who may have faced similar struggles. If you choose not to believe it, that's your prerogative, but don't diminish the reality of my experience. Thank you to those who have shown empathy, offered kind words, and shared their own stories. Your support has meant the world to me during this difficult time. Let's remember that life can be challenging, but it's our resilience and the support of others that help us find our way through the darkest moments. Comment 6. It was going to go public anyway when she was caught and divorce was happening. This way, everyone is on the same page of the reason for divorce. You are awesome for that Mayo she deserved. Woman is 50, she should have known better. Also, she may had other affair partners throughout the years and you just didn't know about. If something happens, please update lol. Everyone in the world worries about how the women do in the aftermath of infidelity. Everyone assumes the man is okay, and it's not that way. I hope you have found some peace. I've also dealt with infidelity from my most recent ex. It's torn me up beyond what I thought I could take. It's getting easier now, but I still don't want to date anytime soon. Comment 7. Shaming someone who is a cheater amongst all of their peers is the only way to do it. Oftentimes it's much easier for a cheater to move on when no one else knows the entire story. They can manipulate the people who will give them an ear. The way you squash that immediately is by calling them out publicly. If they didn't want the publicity, they shouldn't have done it. In my personal opinion, cheaters are almost as sickening as pedophiles. To do that to someone that you shared so much of your life with will always baffle me. Oh, and ji ang vuyamang. Oh, this is really a bold comment. I love this style. A fierce attack method, and scammers will not be able to disprove or justify their behavior. Comment 8. Many years ago my ex did the same thing. We didn't have text back then nor email. One night while she was sleeping, I went to get a check out of her pocketbook to pay a bill, and about 4 or 5 little handwritten notes fell out of a little pocket. No, I wasn't snooping. They were little love notes her lover gave her she kept. They were like call off tomorrow and let's spend the day in bed together, etc. I was out of town a lot as a contract engineer and he was the brother of my best friend at the time. He lived in a different state but was an Air Force pilot that flew back to our city frequently. I think I was the only idiot out of both families that didn't know about the affair. When I found out that everyone I thought was a friend knew about it and didn't give me a heads up, I just said F it. I was able to divorce the slut, got an international job traveling all over with a lot more money and freedom. Her boyfriend was using her as a booty call while he was in town and realized she wanted a comment and he hit the road. Finding out was the best thing that ever happened to me. I found a beautiful lady that has been open and honest with me. We have 5 fantastic kids. I was hurt and depressed for quite a while, but I think things happen for a reason, and even though I have scars, she was the loser in the end. This young man, after reading the story, can relate to his betrayal. Fortunately, he had a great ending. Comment 9. Good for you, but putting lewd photos out without her permission would count as revenge porn instead of just leaving it in the divorce paperwork. You shared them without her consent. Just be prepared for the legal ramifications of this, as now she has ammo to use against you. What a person who lives by the law. While everyone is gloating about the ending, this guy has a very strong legal evidence. Comment 10. Oh, I'm sure there are a million different ways you could have gone about this, but would any of them make you feel as good as this one? As someone who's been cheated on, I commend your pettiness. Embarrassing a cheat and exposing them as the trash human they are. It's so satisfying. I don't care if this is fake or not. I'm tired of people always saying you should handle this type of stuff in private because the person in the wrong is humiliated. What about the person who is hurting? Like they wouldn't feel humiliated if it was found out publicly. So if this is true, bravo. Today's story stops here. How do you feel Lisa is a person? Is the husband solution reasonable? Please leave your opinion below the comment. Don't forget to follow my channel to update the latest cheating stories.